everybody. I'm Bay Area Avenger, and I'm here with OJ and Shantae, and we are here listening to his brand new mixtape that's just about to drop. We're having a little listening party. We're just getting our vibe on, getting our drink on, and I'm here to ask questions to the man behind the music. So, OJ, when did you first start making music?
Man, really? I think I started around 14,
Wow.
and I just got tired of waiting for everybody else's studio to open up, and I just, kind of did it myself, self-taught. I'm not the best at it, but I just put my heart and soul in it. It's just a part of me, unique, creativity. It's just, I don't know, that's how I do it. I'm not one to try to name drop or compare myself to anybody else out there, but it's just, good music when you hear it. So I feel that I make good music, but in no way do I compare myself to any of the names that are out there. I just feel that you can tell the talent behind it, you can tell the thought process. I tend to over-create, over-judge, over-emphasize everything that I do. And I think that's what makes my music perfect, but for me. Like, I don't care about anybody else's standpoint. I do music to make me happy.
Right.
And I don't know. That's how I do it.
No, I think that's really great. The fact that you're not trying to please anybody but yourself makes your music really, really authentic. And it's just really, really great to see somebody not trying to hold themselves to like somebody else's standards, but like creating that for themselves. And I think that takes other artists to another level, because then they're like, wait, if he doesn't care, then why should I? And you challenge each other. And I think that whenever someone's around you, like my husband, letting them collaborate with you, that's really great, because they feel like they don't have to like shrink themselves, like they don't have to they can do any outlandish, like crazy creative thing, and you'll totally get that because you're such a creative person. And so Shantae, like, what's it like? I know just what it's like being a hip-hop wife. I know it's like to constantly listening to the music, like cut after cut, take after take, like having to just be really supportive and stuff like that. And I know that it takes a lot out of us, but I know that it's something that only certain women can do. So what's it like for you from your perspective, having such a talented person in your life every day? Does that make you feel like you need to step up your game, or because I know it makes me feel like, okay, he's so talented, I really need to get myself together. You know what I mean? You challenge each other, you make each other better.
I think in a sense, yes, it does, because I've always been a singer and things like that. But he went as far as to, create his own little studio and things like that, whereas the best thing I would ever do is just go get a karaoke mic. So, since being with him, I started trying to make my own videos, get our own professional mic, get some things going. I never would have been recorded on anything if it wasn't for him. So, yeah, I would say that it's pushed me to actually try to put myself maybe on a record so I could play it back.
That's so cool. What's your favorite song? He's made? Yeah, for sure.
All the ones for me. I like all the ones for me. Probably I Can Be, but...
Can we listen to that? Do you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to listen to Shantae's favorite song, I Can Be. And while he's figuring that out, I would just like to definitely hear more from what made you create this song? What was that moment or whatever situation you were in that just brought this out of you? Because it's obviously so beautiful, and he sampled such a classic song. And that's just in and of itself, the strength to sample a classic song.
In the way, I guess, the thing I thought about when it came to the sampling, I knew that it was a great song choice, but also it was something that I had to do justice to it. It wasn't just your sugar, the pop type thing, but I wanted to have something that had an essence to it, where it can be, carried on for years down the line. I'm not saying epic, but it can be something that, a mini classic, if you will, where it's not going to span on the wings of Elvis, Michael Jackson, it's good for me, and other people who hear it, they like it, and they can, go on and be good for them too, and so the song, I did it all in about 45 minutes. The whole entire song, I didn't write anything to it. All I did was press record, play, and I don't write, and it's not a cocky thing. It's just, I figure that the thought process, when it comes to writing, you having too many things that are chain linked together, because you have to think of the idea, have to formulate it to your hand, have to write it on paper, make sure it's written out the right way, the enunciation, the diction behind it, everything like that. So I say, cut all the middleman stuff out, just do it straight off the top, press record. If I mess up, go back and do it again, and so on and so forth. So it's like a chain event that I cut out all of those other processes from having to do that to just record. Blah, 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 stop. Blah, 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 stop. So it's the way I do things. I do things, basically, the name of my mixtape is Simply Complicated, and I have that tattooed on me, Simply Complicated. And I mean, that's really
One more time.
Simply Complicated. And I have been, I mean, I've been told that I'm simply complicated for the reason that I do more than enough work for something that only requires a little bit of work. And it's just like, I'll overthink a song, you know, and it's not perfect until it's perfect for me. And I can go through all of my songs and listen all day and find things that I need to fine tweak and do this. But I learned to, you know, slap myself on the hand about it and just, you know, put it out. Because my songs are like thoughts to me. You know, if I have an arsenal of thoughts and everything like that, I just want to get them out my head. Sometimes I go crazy if I have too many songs. I got songs in my head right now that I want to lay down, but it's just, I got to put them out in time sequential order or whatever. And I look at it as a conversation. I mean, Lil Wayne said the same thing about looking at reciting the song lyrics and stuff. Sometimes I can't even remember some of the lyrics to my songs. And that means that the song was that good that I was in a different mind zone, a different state of mind when I did the song.
Wow.
So sometimes I'll listen to my songs and be like, I didn't know I added that little hint of this or that little action to that. I mean, but I kind of question myself, you know, like, what was I thinking at that time? So therefore, I don't think I can ever duplicate a song over and over. When you hear some artists that have recycled beats, recycled lyrics, recycled songs, sounds the same, this, that, I don't think I'm that type because I'm so hard on myself to try to be different, not only from others, but from myself. Like, I'm constant competition with myself.
Wow.
So
That's really powerful. And I think just for somebody who's been doing this for as long as you have, it's really, really, like, fascinating to hear your story because, like, I think unlike so many artists, you've had so many opportunities to kind of take your music to that whole other level, and for whatever reason, you've chosen, like, personally to just, like, no, just, like, keep it for yourself. So if you were ever to take your music to that next level, to where, I mean, the whole world could hear it, and to where you were comfortable with the whole world hearing it, and you were ready, like, I mean, what would that take? Because I think that people would want it, people would love it, I love it.
I mean, I really appreciate that. I'm the type that I could have been sitting on a gold mine for years, and I would never be the one to cash in that gold. There's got to be somebody who takes a nugget from one of the gold piles that I have, and they go send it to somebody, and they're like, I love it, I gotta have it, this, or that. There's got to be something that's like out of sight, out of mind. Like I couldn't push myself to do that. Like I don't know why, but it's just my music is good enough for me on my level. So the only reason why, like I say it time and time again, if I were to become famous and signed and everything, it's just because I'm not about the money, I'm about my music. I want it to be heard, but I'm also shy at the same time, you know, and so that's why I say I'm simply complicated. I want so much, but at the same time, so much, want so much, but we do so little for it, you know, so it's just like, I don't know, like, I had nights where, I mean, I couldn't just put out another song, you know, and I questioned myself as an artist, you know, had times where I just felt like giving up. I think everybody goes through that in any craft that they do, because it's just like, I mean, it's almost testing yourself. Are you really worth it? Are you really wanting to put forth the effort to achieve your goals, meet your dreams, and everything like that? And I can now say that I am ready for that, but in the same sense, it's just like I'm not ready. Because you're never ready, you know, for fame and success. You know, people say, oh, you know, I've been grinding, I've been doing this. I haven't. I have never sold a CD out the trunk of a car, at the back of a strip club. Never did none of that type of stuff. I mean, I just
classic hustle mode.
Yeah, right. I never did none of that. Like, I mean, I didn't have to because I felt that my music moved itself. You know, instead of actually pushing the music and everything. I have songs on MySpace, years old, and each song probably has about 800 to 900,000 plays.
Wow.
Each. So I'm looking at about 5 million, 5.4 million viewers, listeners, everything. I got fans in Australia, but I never put videos out. I never did that. Never took the time to blog and vlog and all that type of stuff. I mean, that's just me. I'm a nervous person. Like I feel like I'm a nervous wreck, but organized crime in the same sense. Like I walk down the street, don't know what to do with my hands, so I just rub them together. Or I just do this. Like I'm just that type of person. Like, I'm awkward, you know. But most people say, "Oh, you look so calm and comfortable." I'm awkward right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think you gotta fake it till you make it. I think we're all really awkward, and I think we just have to make something. I mean, okay, like, it's just really like, it's really cool to listen to this type of like mind map of someone who has like this creative genius. And so, I mean, just want to know, like, he's brought out like the creativity in you.
Yeah. Hold on. Sorry.
Sorry.
Got up.
Well, it has been a great interview, and we have been shut down, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I like to call a radical,
Real interview.
just guerrilla interview. This is OJ. His album is called Simply Complicated. I'm Brianna, aka Bay Area Avenger, aka First Lady Dyer, the First Lady of a Music Empire. And I am here to let everybody know that the music genius, the man behind the music, Simply Complicated, the nugget of gold on a mountain of gold, it's just phenomenal. And I'm so excited to have gotten to interview him. Thank you so much for your interview. It's been a pleasure, and we will see you again next time on BayAreaAvenger.com.